What do you think about the way they're portraying Jay right now?
To be honest, I really hope, like, the things that they're saying are like, they're terrible. Like, I'd be like, yo, it's hard for me to even think that any of those things can be true. I don't want them to be true. Like, they saying they're gonna pick him up next year. I don't want to see that man go to jail. As much as he's been to me, unfair toward, or not unfair, the way he be fucking with my money. I want to hope that that's the worst that he's been doing. I would never want to hear like Jay at a Freakoff party. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? The shit they saying, and I just be wondering why he don't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's terrible. And I look at, like when my teeth fell out, and I know y'all want to make it like they were dentures, but show me a picture of me with some dentures.
I ain't getting into the teeth conversation because we didn't. That was just a laughable moment. I don't even know how he brought up the teeth situation with this whole Jay, right? But I think that personally, people want Jay to fall so bad. I've even seen people starting to turn against 50. And 50, he still got the heart of the people, it seemed like. I mean, I seen him turn against Drake. I seen him turn against everybody, right? So it seemed like once you get to the top of the mountain and you've been winning for so long, eventually they want to see you fall. Now, as far as Jay is concerned, again, if it's not meaningful, because I remember that everybody kept saying, "Oh no, he not talking about Jay." People keep asking me about him. This is his network. Why is he speaking on something? Because again, it's hypocritical. And then how does he start to introduce having a conversation about something? Because now y'all got to throw out the whole window. Oh, that's because people keep asking him about him. Tell the interviewers to stop asking him about him. No, okay. So now what happens when it's your network and you're talking about something voluntarily and putting it out on your network about somebody and continue to introduce them into the conversation? That's number one. Number two, from my perspective, as far as from an interviewer's eyes or content creator's eyes, Jay has always been quiet. Jay don't, unless he engage, he just don't talk about it. I've never, ever, ever heard Jay-Z, and I may have missed an interview or two, with all of the stuff that Dame says, I've never seen Jay ever mention Dame in a negative light. The only time that I think that I've ever heard is when somebody asked him in an interview. It might have been Charlemagne, and he said, "Listen, Dame is a hustler. Dame will figure it out. Dame gonna be all right. Dame got it." I just think that people, it's like an underhand comment, right? And I think that people pick sides, absolutely, and I think that a lot of people is picking against Jay right now, because he at the top. And it's always an underdog story, and everybody want the underdog to get on top until the underdog get on top, and then they want the next underdog to take them out, right? That's just the way of the people. But I don't know why people want Jay to fall so bad. Like, what do you mean the things that they say? What are people saying about it? Allegedly, like rumors and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that he's never did anything, but why are people implicating him in something that ain't even got nothing to do with him when it comes to Diddy in the first place? Let me hear some more what he got to say.
In the last year, I've had these. Look at the live and see what teeth I had in my mouth before. They were not teeth; they were grills. But it's called cool. I saw what's her name bring it up on Math Hoffa. I was Kim. Word. That's how you want to do. All right. The teeth moment. I get you. But again, I'll be like, damn, who sent her? But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, but it's only that shit is jokes. That shit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it means anything. But what I want to go viral is, you know, the business stuff. And I want people to be smart about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm cool with that. That's the one thing that I agree with Dame on objectively. Or one of the things that I agree with Dame on objectively is that let's fight from a business perspective. Let's fight. Like, I'm all about it. Let's fight on content. Let's fight on as far as like who can create the best content, who could have the best business acumen. I'm cool with that. I have no problems with that. But then it starts to turn messy when people are leveraging personal experiences as content to weaponize against people that they don't like. That's where I stand on it in particular.
Period. So they, with the Chief stuff, there was jokes and all that, but the stuff that I'm hearing and I see daily in that algorithm, it's about his family. I mean, I don't even want to say all the stuff they said, but it would be such another big blow for hip hop. Regardless of what, perception wise, Jay is also a pillar of hip hop. And if anything bad happens to him, then it's really gonna look crazy for hip hop. You know? So I would never want to think that he lost his soul to that extent. This is someone I grew up with. No matter what, I don't wish if he was doing the crazy shit they're saying, then there's gonna always be some degree of recourse at some point. But I really hope that shit ain't true. I would hate to think that the people that were in my world really had that degree of a secret. That they were completely different people than, I was trying to empower, like there was a time pause that he inspired me. I love his family. I love his mother. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to be beefing with people when I know their children or their parents to a certain level. You're still cool with the kids. That's why when, like, he was supposed to be Jay's supposed to be my son's godfather. I'm like, how does he do that to Boogie's, his godson's father? So there are some levels that I know are dark, but again, I'm just hoping that it's not that dark.
Like it's so schemy, it's so sketchy. You know what I'm saying? Like like if you're gonna be an enemy, stop acting like you for me, or stop acting like you objective when you're not. It's personal. Whatever it is, it's always going to be 100% personal. Man, I mean, I know he dark, but I don't know if he that dark. Come on, fam. You was fucking with him as long as you was getting money with him, but the minute that y'all stopped getting money together, then it turned into, you know, oh, I don't know if he that dark. As far as I'm concerned, all of you niggas is dark. All of y'all is dark. All of y'all was in the same industry. All of y'all was fucking around with the same hoes. All of y'all was rocking out in the same. And look, if one is guilty, the other is guilty just because you was difficult to work with. Don't make you any less guilty. It don't make you any less. Like, I know people like to switch sides based off of who they like and based off of whatever it is being perpetuated in the industry. If y'all associate Jay with Puff, I'm associating Dame with Jay. I think that if you're gonna wipe out the whole industry, then take the whole fucking thing out. Because even if you wasn't doing Freakoffs, what the fuck else was y'all doing together that you can then justify make sense, but maybe it didn't make sense? And so, the underhanded comments and all of that, I think they all associated. And if one is guilty, then maybe all of them is guilty. I don't know. But I just think it's dirty. You know what I'm saying? This is called dirty macking. And dirty macking is when you're trying to act like you ain't really against the person, or you know what I'm saying? You kind of, I hope that it ain't for hip hop's sake or whatever. I mean, I know he dark. I don't know if he that dark. All of that shit is whack. If they would have still been getting money together and he would have made sure that he was straight with his bail and shit, then he still would have been being loyal. But because he beating them from a business perspective, then that shit become personal. And I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and mince words because I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. I don't give a fuck about none. Like, I'm not associated with none of them. Ain't none of them ever put no money in my pocket. So objectively, you know what I'm saying? This is very popular and popular culture because this is the conversation that's being had. But if we gonna react to it, then we got to react to it in truth. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due, and I'm gonna call that shit snake behavior when I see it. It is what it is. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon links. Dang, I said I was gonna stop cussing, didn't I? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, teach Hanley 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. And then come and see me in person, man. I'll be in Atlanta on November 2nd, and then I'll be in Detroit on December 14th.